Welcome into your week 14 breakdown of the Packers game against the Lions. This is the offensive breakdown. The Packers put up 31 points, but they're unable to win this game. Very close, mostly mistake-free, but it is hard to win when you have 45 plays on offense compared to the Lions' 76. That time of possession was just too much for them to overcome, and also only 1 of 5 on third down. So let's take a look at the film. Let's see what it says about the game. All right, first thing we're going to look at here is the interior of the offensive line. Early and often, the Lions were really pressuring the inside of the Packers' offensive line, and it seemed to be the right decision because they could not handle anything. So we saw this earlier with the Vikings trying to get inside and constantly disrupting things in the backfield. So we'll see how the Vikings handle the upcoming matchup, but Josh Myers here is just going to get blown by, and then you have the expectation of Josh Jacobs standing in with another blitzer. Meanwhile, everyone else is expected to win their blocks, but even Rasheed Walker gets pushed back here, so it forces Love to escape. He's already being contacted, so it's going to be a poor throw on a third down. Probably, again, not going to complain about the refs, but that is a missed call, and that is a game changer. A 15-yard penalty there on third down moves the sticks, moves the Packers into field goal range. So you're looking at a minimum of 3 points there. Za'Darius Smith does get fined for that hit. So apparently there was some sort of infraction, but the officiating in this game, I would say, would be subpar in the end. There you see the pressure, forcing him out, blow to the head, incomplete pass, and forced to punt. So LaFleur is quickly reacting to that inside pressure, and you're going to see right here, you've got 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, just 3 back deep. You're probably going to get some sort of pressure. So how can you make sure that you're going to get a big play off of this? You're going to basically just run a drag underneath. You're going to fill in that space where all these blitzers are coming in. All right, so we're going to get a free runner on this play. Drop back. You can see that pressure is coming from the interior again. And then you're just going to have Watson, who's going to be open underneath. So you've got man coverage here, trying to trail Watson across the field with routes in the way. He's able to get upfield, and instead of running out of bounds, trying to get extra yardage, right? Kirby Joseph going for the legs, trying to wrap him up. He probably could have just gone out of bounds here. Instead, the extra effort is going to cost the Packers. You know, I don't have a problem with that. You know, he's trying to get extra yards. He's a competitor, and it's just unfortunate that that ball gets punched out. All right, so it was a good defensive play here by 23. Able to get this ball knocked out as Watson is falling down. And it takes a very fortunate roll for the Lions defense. Here we're going to have a big run, and Myers is a big part of that. He does just enough here to make sure that there's a seam that stays open. So just a simple inside zone to Jacobs. And he's able to break a tackle and continue down the field for 19 yards. And we'll see it from the other angle. But Myers does a good job sealing the gap that this blitzer comes through. So Branch firing through the gap, almost disrupting this play if he's able to get through. But Myers is going to do just enough, get his shoulder on him, disrupt his path, and that's going to give Jacobs a seam, breaks an arm tackle, and able to get a big run. So one of the biggest runs of the day. And then a little bit later in this drive, moving the ball downfield, Jacobs just going to walk in, barely touched there as he's getting into the end zone. Just a good push here by the offensive line, doing just enough to open up a gap here. Nice little duo concept. So you've got the double teams all across the board. And an easy touchdown. So that makes it 7-10. All right, moving along to the second half. This is the second play of the second half. And this is just a great shot play. So you've got Detroit. They love to play a ton of man. And this is one of those one-on-ones that you want to take. So you've got man across the board. You've got one high safety. That safety is already rotating to the middle of the field, so he's rotating away from this coverage. Love looking at that the entire time. So he's going to take that outside shot to Christian Watson, who takes a nice inside release, able to get by and make a nice catch in stride. Probably one of the better throws that Jordan Love has made on his deep balls. It's one of the areas that he needs to be more consistent in, and this is the type of throw that you're expecting from a quarterback. All right, so deep throw, his eyes staying in the middle of the field, holding that safety just long enough, and you get a big play to open up the second half. Then to finish the drive, you're going to get a nice contested catch here from your tight end, Mr. Tucker Kraft. There's going to be outside leverage on him, and he's going to have an in-breaking route. So, very rounded route here. He's just trying to break inside. DB tries to undercut it, is making contact, and the throw is just far enough for Kraft to get it, and he's able to make that contested catch. So, puts the Packers on the board again, makes it 14-17, and it's a much closer game. So, here we go again. Inside route. If that ball is a little bit lower, that gets knocked away, but it's a little bit high, forces Kraft to jump up to it, reels it in, braces for the contact, and gets a nice spike. All right, next play. This is right after a Nixon interception. Packers are in scoring position right away, so offense gets out on the field. They're quick to the line. They don't want them to match up. Just run the ball. Able to break 2 tackles, 3, 4, drives his legs. And Jacobs continues to be a monster on the ground, just carrying defenders with him on his way to the end zone. One of the top scoring running backs in the league. I know the Lions have been watching film. This is going to be one of those kind of counter moves where you're going to have Jacobs, where he is moving behind Jordan Love, coming back for a run, and that's going to get the attention of these linebackers. So a team like Detroit, they are film junkies. They know what they're going to do. They're very prepared, and that's actually going to bite them here, right? So you can see both backers coming on up, and that's just sneaking Kraft behind, and that's going to be a big play for the Packers. So almost drops it, able to get a first down, avoid the knee biter, Kirby Joseph, and then a nice acrobatic move to get on his feet. So you can see the influence here on Campbell and Alexander. They're sucked in by that run fake. Kraft almost lost concentration, but able to get a first down and goal for the Packers. And next play, this is going to be yet another touchdown on the ground, but I want to highlight Sean Ryan here. He does a very good job with his power here. So there, he's got a double team with Josh Myers, and you can just see him displace the interior defensive lineman, and that's just creating a massive lane for Jacobs. Jacobs does a great job here of getting skinny. You can see him brace for contact, getting as small as possible, and able to get through for a touchdown, and we'll see it from the end zone angle as well. Gotta love this angle for the trenches. You can just see the power there. Nice double team by Myers. Way to stay low for Ryan. Drives the ball into the end zone. All right, Packers at this point have just gone down 28-31. Let's see what is in store for this Packers offense. Gonna have that motion going back, a return motion, able to avoid one rusher and a nice throw to Watson, who is, again, showing that he is a competitor, trying to get extra yards. Obviously upset at what happened earlier. But this is just a simple play action. You're going to have Jacobs come in, get the fake. You've got Melton, who's doing his return motion on a wheel. You're going to have a crosser here, a through route by Jaden Reed, and then another crosser underneath, and that's going to be the guy that you hit. All right, so it even looks like Reed on this play is open as well. But either way, Jordan Love here does a great job avoiding a free rusher and then resetting his feet and throwing a dime to Watson. That is a great throw, and we'll see it from the end zone angle as well. To avoid a rusher, to reset that quick, and to get a throw in front of your receiver is just great quarterback play. So able to reset, ready, ball out while he's getting hit, and a perfectly placed ball there for Watson. So really well done by Love. And again, still down by 3, driving the ball. Just had a big play by Christian Watson. Now you've got Wicks with a big play. That dagger over the middle of the field, able to get a nice catch. Kraft probably could have helped this be a little bit better. He's kind of splitting the middle of the field here, and then you're supposed to have Wicks come underneath. I think he got caught up a little bit with the traffic here, and you've got this design that you can see, that check down design where you've got the attention, right? So that's a mistake, again, by these Detroit linebackers, allowing the middle of the field to stay open. And Wicks with a nice catch. I think if Kraft, instead of blocking down here, blocks up here, that's going for more, if not a touchdown. Because Wicks won't have to make that guy miss, and he's just got to make 0 miss later on. So either way, inside the red zone, and another big play on this Packers drive. All right, this call, I think, is the right call in this situation in terms of the play call. But let's see, we've got a slant route where Watson is at the last second trying to avoid the contact. You can see he's trying to get skinny and avoid the contact. Kirby Joseph is just not looking, as you've got eyes on the QB. So when he makes that contact, of course, he's not expecting it, and he's just going to lay there. And this is a walk-in touchdown for the Packers. But there's a big issue for me, personally. By calling this offensive pass interference, the ball's not in the air, first of all. And there's plenty of time for the defense to react to that. But Kirby Joseph, again, just laying on the ground, selling it a little bit. It happens within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. But, then also after the contact, for me, it's very, very strange. Right? If we count out loud, 1, 2, 3, 4, then you have flags thrown. If it was really offensive pass interference, that should be an immediate throw of the flag. Then again, as I said earlier, I don't really want to critique the refs. This is the call that they made. Packers have to live with it. They're not able to score a touchdown on this drive, and they end up having to kick a field goal just to tie the game at 31. All right, and that is going to do it for this video. Obviously, it is upsetting that the Packers aren't able to get away with a win. You had 1 turnover. You had the offensive pass interference that took away a couple opportunities. And that's a wrap for the Packers against Detroit this season, unless they meet each other in the playoffs. 0-2 against Detroit. It's unfortunate, but those things happen. Detroit is a very good team. They're very well coached. So, tough opponent, and we'll see if we run into them again in the playoffs. So, I will see you guys in the next video when we break down the Packers defense. That video will be even longer because there's so much to look at. So, take care, and I'll see you soon.